following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Heckma Harrison, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
You fly now. Get it up there.
Hey, looky there. These boots were made for walking. Heckma Harrison with new boots.
Yes.
Inside the
my first pair.
Really?
My first pair.
First pair of boots. You get it from a Texas Tech Red Raider in town this week.
I did.
All they do.
No.
Red
I
Raiders,
did not.
all
I
they
did
do
not.
is wear boots.
Hey,
I
got
put
it
on
across
boots for the first time in years on Saturday.
Got it across the street from Lucchese.
Yeah. Casey.
And man, these things like wearing house shoes.
Man, that's crazy.
I'm mad at everybody. It's like, it's like the people that don't tell you about Christ.
Yeah.
And you be mad at them, It's like, why didn't you tell me about salvation? I've been destroying my feet all these years.
What kind you got there?
Oh, these
they're Lucchese.
But
They're
Oh,
ostrich.
wait, don't make him do that again.
Are those ostrich skin?
No, this is a damn shame what happened to that gator.
There you go.
Look at the bottom of them. They're worn out already.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's because you can't get
He's
them
been out
off.
in the parking lot. So he won't come in on the carpet and fall down and sit down. He's been out in the parking lot scuffing
Scuffing them
them.
He
up.
sandpapered them. You can take your coat off and stay a while.
No, it matched the
No,
the
man,
boots.
you know
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I
matches
see.
the
No,
boots.
it's not. They can't even see the. That's the shame in this show that you can't see.
We wanna be full
You can't
speed.
see the shoe game that I come in here with.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
3.5 miles this morning in those boots must hurt.
hey, listen, man. These things are like wearing. I'm telling you, like wearing house shoes. You guys own some boots, and you never just walked up to me and said, "Heck, man, you need a pair of boots."
Well, you know.
I never owned any.
I used to.
Can't help you.
When I lived in Lubbock, I wore boots every day.
No, you did not.
When in Rome, you do as a Roman.
You just had
do.
just regular leather boots, though, right?
Yeah, I had some Lucchese's, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Lucchese ostrich skin.
So he know. He know.
I cannot see you in ostrich. It is nope. I cannot see him in ostrich.
See, Bill, that's what I'm saying.
I cannot see that.
You wasted all this time knowing me, man.
And my jeans that I used to wear and used to have the Copenhagen in the back, whatever.
Bill's trying to tell us he was a sex symbol.
That's
That's what he's trying to tell us. He was
He getting
sexy.
along to it.
He's trying to tell us he was sexy.
Hey, but Mick, these boots, man, give you a couple inches, bro.
Too late to worry about something like that.
I would say something, but I.
Leave it alone, Bill. Leave it alone, Bill.
We'd always just keep raising the chair.
Yeah.
Keep raising the chair.
It's all good.
All right.
All right.
By the way, speaking of jeans, I had to put jeans on too, and I don't wear jeans anymore.
At all?
And the reason, I wear them occasionally, whatever. It's just more comfortable to wear a warm-up suit. Why do I need to wear jeans? But the problem is the phone. What do you do with the phone with your jeans? You used to be you had a clip-on or whatever back in the day or whatever, or you put them in your back. I feel like if I put it in my back pocket, I'll sit on it and break the phone.
Well, put it in your front pocket.
It's too tight. Anyway,
Excuse me.
He has those slimming jeans.
I'm like,
Everybody else just wears a regular old.
It's my
relaxed
fault.
fit.
Yeah.
He's got the slim
It's
fit.
my fault. I
That's
took
his
this off the
problem.
rails.
I don't want the old man jeans yet.
Throw out a pair of Wranglers and go with it.
Yeah, he don't want the mom and dad jeans.
That's
he
exactly
wants the
right.
sexy
Yeah.
jeans.
He cannot wear it. Never mind. I'm not,
Could you see that?
No.
Showing some drawers.
No, man. I'm telling you. You talk about uncomfortable walk.
All right.
All right. Well, you know what? This is a very big day for Dallas Cowboys football.
That's
Why is
right.
That is right.
That is right.
Why is
And
that?
why is that, Mickey? You're going to answer my question.
Because the Eagles have to play tonight.
That's right. This is the biggest, right now, it's the biggest day of this season.
Wow.
Because the Los Angeles Chargers need to win this football game tonight.
Where do they
against
play?
The Philadelphia Eagles. They're playing at SoFi Stadium in L.A.
So you're saying we're all Chargers fans tonight?
You got to be Chargers fans. Here are the numbers. I'll throw some numbers at you.
Okay.
These are your lottery numbers: 4-3, 3-4, or 2-5. Those are the numbers you need to remember.
Okay.
Cowboys have to win 4 games and the Eagles lose 3. or the Cowboys win 3 games and the Eagles lose 4.
Okay.
Or the Cowboys win 2 games, the Eagles have to lose all 5 the rest of the
So the Eagles are they are our only.
That's the path.
Gauge.
That's the path.
to take.
I mean, technically, mathematically, there is a path, wild card, but when you've got the 3 teams in the lead in the wild card race right now have 3 more wins than you do, and there's only 4 more games to play. And
So there's not
and there's 8 teams with better records than you in the other division.
but 4 of them. There's 5 teams that are non-division leaders right now that have better records. Than
And that's the ones that I was looking at. Those
There's
guys.
3 wild card, but 2 of those that of the 5 they beat you.
Beat you already.
Yeah, but the tie.
How does
takes
that
the
work?
tiebreaker
How
out
does
of the
that work in our
equation,
favor?
except for
The
the
tie
Packers.
itself.
It can. I mean, for instance, the Lions. Okay, it's a great example. The Lions just beat you on Thursday. However, because of that tie the Cowboys have, if the Cowboys win out, the Lions have to win 3 of their last 4 games to beat you out of the playoff spot. Problem is, the Lions aren't the ones you're really chasing. You got others ahead of them in the wild card race. So
The Lions got their own problems.
Let me explain it to you.
Is that Lucky Bubbles or whatever? No, that's a different thing.
So Chicago's not in the division lead. They're 9-4. They're a half game behind the Packers. Detroit's 8-5. They got a better record than you do. Seattle's 10-3. They're technically in second place behind the 10-3 Rams, and San Francisco's 9-4.
And the bottom line on that, all those teams he just mentioned, okay, if the Cowboys win out, they get to 10 wins. So those teams with the 9 wins and the 10 wins, they just have to get to 11 to beat you.
Yeah.
So that meaning that they have to win 1 or 2 games out of their last 4 to wind up with 11 wins.
So just look at the loss column.
No doubt.
Because that half will help you when looking at the loss column.
And that's kind of what gives us the advantage is that
Yeah,
it
We
could.
got a half a win,
It
half
could.
a
got
loss.
a half a win. So they got a lot of work to do.
But it's the Eagles is the path, and it needs to start
That's the-
tonight
that's
with
the
the
simple-
Chargers
that's the
beating
simple
the Eagles.
mathematics
That's
there.
right.
It's just the
Do
Eagles.
you guys believe that? I've heard Shotty this morning in his presser say that I'm not clock watching or anything like that. In a way, wouldn't you think he has to? I mean, I know there's coaches speak, but at the same time, possibly getting into the postseason, you're watching everything.
Well, he's a play caller as well as a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, he got bigger issues to deal with this week.
He's got too much, especially early in the week. He's got too much stuff to do to get ready to put a game plan.
I'm talking about for tonight. I'm just talking.
no.
Yeah, I'm talking tonight.
Yeah.
He's got a game plan that he's got to install, and it's all got to be in place when the team comes back on Wednesday. Yeah. And so he's just wasting time if he's watching a football game tonight.
Or wasting emotions. I don't think you want to get emotionally involved in watching somebody else, right? Because it might.
Now it is a team, the
detract
Chargers,
from
that
what you're doing.
Now the one thing that he might sneak a peek at is not the Eagles because he's done playing with them, but he does play the Chargers next
doubt.
week.
Exactly.
So that would be a
that too.
reason, and so that would be a reason to watch more so than who's going to win the game.
I guess
There's
emotionally.
no way you can watch the game and say, okay, I'm just going to concentrate on how we're going to attack the Chargers when they play us versus what they're doing with the Eagles tonight and not think about the implications of the game. It's impossible.
Which is why you might want to keep your mind off it so that you can focus on your job, which is to put that game plan
That's
together.
tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, you can say it, but it's not. It wouldn't be true. It wouldn't be true. I mean, you're human. We all are. We're going to be looking at this game like,
Hell yeah.
But but as you know, coaches have tunnel vision when they're. I mean, they don't even know what's going on outside these walls as they go about their business through the week because they got to be focused. They got so much stuff, and especially as a head coach, there's so much stuff going on that we don't even know about that's going on with players and whatever.
That's why I'd say this. You have to compartmentalize. He's still going to have, of course, the emotions of looking at the game, but coaches are good at compartmentalizing. So he will do that regardless of what happens tonight in the game.
What about the players?
The players going to be on it.
They can do whatever.
Players are going to be emotional.
Yeah.
We're going to be emotional.
Did you watch?
Heck yeah.
Like in '84 when you knew?
I watched everything. You watch everything. I probably watched it with my boys. We might have been at Tony Roma's or something. You watching the game.
Yeah, I know it's emotionally charged, and that's why I bring it up. There's no way,
There's
no
no
way in
doubt
hell at
about
this
it.
point in
There's
December.
no doubt about
And not only that, look, the playoff implications. Every time I see that thing come up and it says like these are the division in the hunt, and then those three at the
Outside
bottom.
looking in.
Come on, man! Don't tell me they're not watching that.
that's
Hell yeah,
okay.
you looking at it.
It's okay for the players to watch. That's what they need to do. They need to watch it.
But what a difference a month of football makes. I mean, coming off of that Arizona Cardinals loss, it was completely downhill.
Yeah.
And then these last 4 games, I don't know if we talked about it per se on this show about the toughest span of the season, but that was a lot of what people were talking about. Once you get to the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Lions, what were the Cowboys going to do? And you only lost one of those. That Detroit, obviously the Detroit game. It still didn't make it any better for where your outlook for the rest of the season. But man, that is probably the silver lining as you go back through this season to see what that stretch, what you were able to do during that time period.
Well,
I think go ahead, Spat.
I was going to say, if you think about it, coming out of the bye, you saw what was coming up, right? Through Thanksgiving and then the next, because you didn't get a break. So you sat there and go, well, if they win 3 out of 4, that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
And they did, and it wasn't good, right? Because they lost the last one, right?
Right.
And then it changed the whole narrative of what you were thinking. Because I guarantee you, when you were looking at the first 3, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Chiefs, you're going, okay, you can get 2 of these 3, that would be good. Well, you got all 3.
3 of them.
Then you start going, well, how about 3 out of 4?
So you saying we got greedy?
Well,
Is that
got
what
a
it
little
was?
spoiled.
Yeah, right.
Leading up to it is where we disappointed ourselves, though.
Yeah.
Leading up to all of that.
No.
I mean, we should have
That
done
loss
better.
to Arizona was awful. Just awful.
And not just that one. I mean, as we look, at the time, the Chicago loss, we looked at that as
Yeah, but at least they got 9 wins.
they're doing better. Yeah,
right?
they're doing better. So that the loss was not as bad, but
the
along the way,
Arizona
and the Carolina game.
Yeah.
The
But
Carolina
even
game.
Carolina, they're now tied for the
Carolina's
division. They're
tied for
7
the
and 6.
division.
But just thinking we won that game.
Arizona ain't tied for nothing.
Nothing. They got beat down.
And so I remember saying if we could just do better before we get to that stretch, we'll be okay. But we didn't do as well before that. And then we did even better on the stretch. So during that stretch.
Especially Arizona, because now did I just see that they're benching Murray for the rest of the season?
He's been hurt,
But he's
and
been hurt.
and he's
But
he
he's
is
hurt?
done for the year.
They're gonna
That's
they're gonna
that
move
is
on.
a
They're
that's
gonna
a
move on.
contract deal where they don't want him to get injured and they owe more.
Oh, money
Yeah,
if they move on.
Yeah, they all go.
they are moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're moving on.
Yeah. So, but the Arizona is tied for something. They are tied for
The worst record.
they are tied for coach most likely to get fired very soon.
3-10.
That's what kind of season.
New Orleans is 3-10. Washington's 3-10.
New Orleans won yesterday.
How about that?
Yeah, they did well.
What's how do you say it? Slow, slaw,
Shuck.
shock,
Close.
Shock.
Shuck.
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 Where there's no K.
No, there's not. He went to Texas Tech.
GH.
Oh, he went to Tech?
Well, one of 3 schools he went to.
Okay.
He started at Oregon, then transferred to Tech, and then wound up at Louisville.
So
And he just without throwing a touchdown pass.
He won.
He did run for 2 touchdowns yesterday. They beat Tampa Bay, which
So-
is a team that's floundering right now.
Vegas is 2-11. Tennessee's 2-11. And then who was the other one I just said? No, the Giants are 2-11.
All right, so before we next segment dive deep into the Cowboys, your Sunday of watching other games, any takeaways that you have?
Nothing from yesterday. Everything is from tonight.
No, you're all about tonight now. All about tonight.
And once again, you guys know where I stand.
Andy
I mean,
Reid's-
this is all very dramatic, but you know, I hope they prove me wrong. But I'm the pessimist of the group. I hope they prove me wrong because once again, we had it in our own hands, which is where you always want to be, and now to not only have to do something that's pretty tough to do, Not impossible, but tough to do, meaning win 3 out of 4, or hopefully just go 4 out of 4. And not just doing that, you still have to depend on someone else. That is just a tough way to do
And
it.
if that someone else doesn't win tonight, they're going to have to lose 3 out of their last 4 games against the Raiders, 2 against Washington, 1 at Buffalo, and you have to run the table if they don't win, if the Eagles don't lose tonight.
And those referees are waiting for you.
By the one takeaway that I
bags.
have from last night,
They're waiting on you with bad calls.
Andy Reid's play calling doesn't work as well when he doesn't have the Hosses on his team.
Yeah.
Or an Hosses up front on the offensive line.
Say the offensive line.
Well, hell, that's Andy's been dealing with that for years and years.
Well, the thing is, then you start making decisions like going for it on 4th and a yard and a half at your own.
Well, that's how
right.
desperate they were.
That's what I'm saying. The desperate teams, and I think when you think that Kansas City is one of those desperate teams, desperate for a win at home against a Houston team that right now, man, defensively, I hadn't gotten an opportunity to put my eyes on them, but D'Amico Ryans has a defense that is incredible. We talk about Petrie.
They all look like giants.
Except for him, except for that one guy. But his edges, I mean.
Hunter and Anderson, yep.
I think also, I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to watch that Buffalo in
snow. I love snow games.
That was a damn good game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, raggedy because of the conditions. But, man, that – nothing is going to be made of the way that Cincinnati's quarterback has battled back from his injury. Mm-hmm. But man, he really did try and come back and save the season. But Josh Allen, man, I don't know. Every time you think he's down, every time you think he's made it to a point where he is not that elite, he just does something to show you. Yeah, he the man. He really does carry that team on his back when they need it. And I love seeing football games like that when they play out where he's the hero.
It's just tough on Josh. He's always just like right there. And now here it is. All these times he's been battling Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now I don't think it's going to be.
Mahomes and the Chiefs.
So now what are we looking at here? What are we looking at in the AFC? Right?
New England.
New England?
Mm-hmm. But do you believe that
11-2?
I know.
They're 2 games ahead of the Bills in the standings still.
So do they play again?
I'm sure they do.
Mm-hmm.
But do you believe in New England? I know that Parcells says your schedule, you are what your schedule says, your record, however he quoted that. But there's not a whole bunch of belief in New England right now, even at 11.
Well, we hadn't seen them. That's the main thing. You just hadn't seen them. And so they hadn't been on nationwide TV.
Well,
really.
Their schedule's been really soft. By NFL standards, that's one of the reasons why you haven't seen them. Is they
Well, did you have New England, Jacksonville, and Denver leading the division going into the last month of the season?
Let me say this. I have been waiting on Jacksonville for quite some time.
Even Pittsburgh, by the way.
Jacksonville has been a team that has been underachieving for quite some time. They keep talking about the quarterback and how he's got to do this and all of that. He's needed help. He has always needed some help, more help than they were willing to give him. And finally, they came with a defense that can help complement this guy's game. Because they have a good running game. They have a good passing game. They have a good defense. And I want to blame it on someone. I want to put it on the coaching, but maybe this is the guy. Maybe this coach is the one that can handle this really young team that you have in a small market.
And by the way, New England hosts Buffalo Sunday this week.
Very good.
On CBS. New England won at Buffalo first time around.
Okay.
So they're looking for a
And I'm sure
sweep
Josh Allen, and that's the thing, Josh Allen probably threw some interceptions. So, Josh is like, man, I don't want it. No, here, you take it.
Take it, yeah.
No. Mahomes is not in it this time. Oh, well, okay. Maybe I'll go ahead and take over now.
And now there's a clear pathway for teams like that in the AFC that have had to contend with Kansas City.
Baltimore.
And now they're falling apart.
What are they doing?
I have no idea.
I mean, come on, man.
I don't know. And
That's just
Did you see
crazy.
the controversial play in the end zone?
Yes.
That's a catch.
What are we talking here, guys? It's
a catch.
right? It's a catch.
Catch.
Okay.
It was a catch.
It's a catch.
Until it wasn't.
It's unbelievable.
They ruled it a catch.
Two steps, but he needed 3 steps.
No, what about the Aaron Rodgers getting the ball back?
I missed that one.
Oh, man. I mean, so did the refs.
I tell you what, Tomlin has 9 lives. I don't know what he got 9 lives, man.
There was another call yesterday. I could see on the TV that they were short of the first down, and they marked it a first down. And finally, somebody called upstairs, and it wasn't like a ball short of the first. It was a full yard, right?
I think that was in the Kansas City game.
What was it?
Yeah, I believe so.
I watched so many.
I know, right? They all run together.
College and Friday night.
It's just
Saturday.
funny to see refs just screw up games.
Golly.
It started with ours.
Hey, Bill, before you go to break, are you going to be in Norman next weekend? Next weekend. For
a
the
week
playoff.
from Friday.
Yes, for the
Alabama.
playoffs.
I will not be there, no.
Alabama.
Okay.
I'll have family there.
Okay.
They're
figured
asking me if I wanted a ticket. I'm not paying it.
You're not going to do it?
No.
First 1 to 20 wins that game.
First 1 to 20.
Well, last time they played, it was the first 1 to 23. OU won 23-21 in Tuscaloosa.
How do you guys feel about these college teams not going to the bowl?
Oh, that's good. Good question. Good question.
How do you
what
feel
do you
about
make?
When
you put a committee together, things are going to get screwed up. If a committee's making the decision,
has their own
it makes
interest
no
at heart.
sense
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Well, I mean, for me, like I've been reading this news that's coming out about teams like Notre Dame not going to a bowl game. Even Kansas State isn't going to.
Not going to a bowl game.
Not going to a bowl game.
K-State because they changed coaches, and Iowa State is doing the same thing.
Getting fined $500,000.
Let me tell you,
$500,000. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Wow.
For what?
but not going.
They're bowl eligible, but they do not want to go because they have a coaching change.
Guys, we went.
They can afford it.
My freshman year, we went to the Weiser Lock Copper Bowl in Arizona.
Yeah, Tucson.
The best time of my life. How do you turn that down? And now the team's like, well,
see, that's the thing. Like the bowl games, bowl games can be the best time of your life because you're there for a whole week.
Yes,
and probably for most of the week without a curfew. Maybe the day before the game.
And you get a per diem. And the per diem.
For those college football playoff games, those are business trips, and so it's not the same deal when you're going to play.
The Iowa State players voted against it.
Iowa State, the nerve of
they felt like they had.
Are you kidding me?
They had so many injuries that they couldn't practice.
And they get guys in the transfer portal probably are planning to go there, and they don't want to.
That's where I think that's how you're ruining football right there, man. Mm-hmm. That's how it gets. Because I'm telling you, we celebrated off of the Weiser Lock Copper Bowl in Tucson.
I bet you anything they're getting advice. And
it's
not being Iowa State players. There aren't as many Iowa State players that go to the NFL. Although I understand there are some very good ones. A couple of wide receivers for the Texans right now are rookies, but they are protecting their investment in terms of the transfer portal and what they're going to do next, and they don't want to risk an injury in a bowl game.
That is
my biggest deal was Alabama. No one pointed. They kept saying, "Well, they shouldn't be penalized for losing the championship game, right?" Yeah. Well, what about losing to Florida State? Everybody kept pointing out somebody's bad loss, like Texas' bad loss was Florida. Alabama lost to Florida State.
If you line up Texas' resume with Alabama's resume,
they should be in.
Texas should be in.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Don't tell me.
I'm not going to argue that in this
sorry.
It's not going to do it. I'll pick another time.
I was shocked this week that ESPN puts the 3 teams on the bubble. They're choosing between Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami. Well, where's Texas? Texas has has 3 losses just like Alabama does. Yeah. And one of their losses was the first game of the year against the defending national champion and then number 1 ranked team Ohio State. They've got wins over 7th ranked Texas A&M and 8th ranked Oklahoma. And they do have the bad loss to Florida, but Alabama's got a bad loss to Florida State.
Florida's not a bad loss in Florida.
Right, exactly.
That's not a bad loss.
Right. I don't care what they're seeing.
Yeah, that's not a bad loss. Florida's tough.
They have dudes on their team.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So
there.
Anyway.
Got it off my chest.
Good.
But the fact that for weeks They've got Notre Dame ranked ahead of Miami,
which was wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
because Miami beat Notre Dame in the season opener. But since then, Miami's had 2 losses. That's the problem with doing the weekly rankings every week, because you put too much emphasis on what just happened rather than looking at the full body of work. And the weekly rankings, it's a TV show for ESPN. That's the reason why they have it. There's a reason that in March Madness they don't do TV shows with official rankings from the committee published each week. They just make their decision on Selection Sunday.
I heard today that ESPN, that show you're talking about, the ranking show, gets 1 million viewers.
Yeah.
You think they got some basketball game that's going to get 1 million viewers at that time of the year?
It's appointment television for college football fans that have a team ranked in the top.
Hell, I was tuned in.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And Kansas State was nowhere.
Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. I'm complaining about not going to a bowl game.
All right, back to the Cowboys when we come back on Mick Shots in a moment.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
The 2026 NFL Pro Bowl vote is open, and the roster is up to you. Now through December 15th, cast your vote to send your favorite Dallas Cowboys to the Pro Bowl games in San Francisco. Don't wait. Go to probowl.com/vote today.
Okay.
Way to get through that.
All right, way to go.
Man.
We need an open mic during the breaks.
No,
we don't. No, we don't.
No, you don't.
Well, let's go to the rundown now.
Yes, you got one.
Unless, Mickey, you have something from Shotty's press conference you want to share?
I think we should look at maybe the injury report going into this week, and they won't practice today. They are doing the hospital visits, by the way.
Okay.
So CD, with his concussion, Schottenheimer said he should be good. Diggs, who was inactive for the game Thursday, should be good to go. So I think that they looked at it and said, hey, let's be realistic. He's practiced 2 or 3 times in the last 7 weeks. Probably not going to send him out there. Guyton, we got to check the next few days. I think he's out. I don't.
You think
I haven't
out?
seen
Got to
him.
be a high
I
ankle
haven't.
sprain, right?
Yeah, and I haven't seen him do anything.
Yeah.
Right. So I would imagine that he's not ready to go. And nobody asked about Clowney.
I think he was asked about, in general, I think the question was, give us an update on Diggs, Clowney, Guyton.
And he never got
around to Clowney.
Because Clowney, my understanding, and I watched him work out before the game, and they had, the little committee there watching how well he did the stuff that Britt was putting him through, and he looked like he was doing pretty good, and he looked like he was trying to talk his way in. But I think with the hamstring, they decided, you know what, we can get 10 days more with this. Let's not do anything to jeopardize him making it worse, and now he's going to miss 2 or 3 games.
Well, we missed him.
They did. And I think
Gotten
that
to the point where
he should be good to go.
And it's gotten to the point now where you're not saving guys.
Right.
They got to play.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can't afford to say, well, in 3 weeks, no, you got to go. So I think he was close enough that they could have played him if they decided not to worry about the long-term effect of that injury. So I think those were really the only guys that I remember that would have had something, although I'm sure Dak was pretty sore when he woke up the next morning.
Yeah, you think?
God.
Yeah.
And he still threw for 376 yards.
And what was the word Schottenheimer described on Nate Thomas, the review of Nate Thomas' play? Rough?
It was yeah.
Something like that.
Dude, he looked like he had cement shoes on. I mean, they were going around him so fast.
Well, and he explained
He did explain it.
He basically pointed out that he wasn't staying his sets. He wasn't staying square.
He was too aggressive in his.
And he was turning like you're on the left. Well, you can't turn to the left because now you shorten the edge to go around. You got to stay here.
You're a wide body, 330-pound man. Just hold your position.
And he
was too aggressive, reacting to a move, and it opens up a lane.
He overreacted.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's really athletic. I was watching when they were going through their warm-ups the other day last week, and you know how they go through those step things. He can really run, and his feet are really good.
He's quick-footed,
right? Yeah. And I was saying, oh, that's pretty good for somebody that's 330 pounds or whatever.
When you have a player like that that's having a problem, it's up here. It's up here. His technique could have been better, but the way I saw him being beaten on the outside, he was hesitating too much. It's like he was waiting on another move. I'm waiting for a stunt move.
Like they were going to come in.
And the man just kept going around to the outside. Eventually, I just think he was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think he was overwhelmed by the moment. It had nothing to do with his talent because he is way talented than what I saw in the game.
Second start in the NFL. Didn't play all last year.
It's something. He's
from Louisiana Lafayette.
And we act like there's not another guy out there that's trying to beat his head in. Ivory LT and AQ Muhammad had plans for him, and they used that to their advantage. And by the way, this Viking squad, they're gonna come. He's gonna have to be better. So we talk about the technique and all those things. He has to be better in this game. There's no time. There's no time off in the NFL. So if it's in his head, he better get it out.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, it was.
He better get it out.
Yeah.
He's really basically, even just from an experience standpoint, he's a lot like where Guyton was a year ago, and yet Guyton in college had played against big time opponents, okay, at the level that he played at compared to Louisiana, okay, on a consistent basis. And we saw the struggles that Guyton had as a rookie and the improvements that he's made over the last year. And
if there's one difference, Bill, I would say just the fight from Nate. It seemed like Nate Thomas has a little bit more fight than Guyton had in his rookie season. You talk about being overwhelmed by the competition. I thought I saw that a lot from Tyler Guyton. It just like he fish out of water. Right. I don't have that feeling about Nate Thomas. It just feels like, man, you got beat. Your technique can be better. You clean that up, you're there. You
don't think he's good enough?
No, hell yeah.
No, he's thinking the opposite of that. Yeah. He's thinking that he's just
I think he is.
I was looking forward to seeing better. But as I looked at that Detroit game, a lot of people are kind of blowing it off as but I thought that game, up until a certain point, it's exactly what the Cowboys expected. it was going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to have to win on guts alone on a lot of that. Now, once again, and this is just me harping on the offensive pass interference call, which that's probably one of the worst calls of the season to me, as far as I'm concerned. But though, putting that aside, the Cowboys were on pace to make this game one of the more exciting games that I've seen this season. That because the comeback was there. Even though we couldn't stop anyone, I was still looking forward to maybe that happening and giving the Cowboys another chance. But then, of course, when they had the bad calls and the interception, then that took everything down.
And you scored 30 points.
And once again,
somebody pointed out to me about the
they should have
Detroit
scored
defense.
more. They were going to score more.
Yeah,
they were going
the
to score
Detroit
more.
defense. I go, what are you talking about?
They were
had
not afraid of
400
those
yards, 400 total yards.
You knew they were coming.
Dak
you
threw
knew they were
for
coming.
376
after getting hit all day long. You knew this game was going to be tough. To me, it was lining up just the way it was supposed to line up, but then the referees get in the way.
And then with 3:42 to go, it's 37-30.
There you go.
And it should have been 37-34.
That's
It's
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
verge of being 37-34
if
you don't get
that's what
bad call.
I thought that the Cowboys played the way. To me, that's the best they can expect to play. The defense should have done better, yes, but man, those guys over in Detroit, they're getting paid too, and this was a desperate game for them.
So were those fans.
What about
it? Was loud.
Because they needed it.
Right.
Desperation was throughout the entire stadium. You could feel that on TV. So just watching that and seeing how well we played, I thought we played well. I've seen teams, great defenses. We talk about great defenses the Cowboys have had. In games like this, I've seen great defenses get taken to the shed, as they say. And our defense is still good, but they were taken to the shed in this game because you played against a championship ball club.
And the other issue defensively is not taking anything away from the defense need to be better. When you let them start their drives at the average 41-yard line, and where they can go run or pass, and it's 4-down territory.
We had an excuse. Mm-hmm. We had all kinds of excuses to get blown out in this game, but we would not give in.
Everson, as a guy that excelled in his rookie season, Shavon Revel, and we heard Shotty talk about it today, that Shavon Revel wants to play nose to nose. That's his MO. He's not going to change who he is now. From your evaluation in that game, and you see him getting beat the way that he did, do you think that he needs to change his outlook? Maybe, hey, you're nursing the knee, you're coming back. This is, first couple of games in the NFL. Hey, maybe back off a little bit. When that isn't his MO, that ain't who he is.
If they want to back off, then they shouldn't put him in there. And so he's going to continue to play the way he likes to play.
And he basically said when he talked about it, he didn't say we were going to make him back off.
Right.
He goes, and that's a good trait because normally a young guy that gets beat like that, next time it's like, well, let me just step a couple steps.
Because the challenge doesn't get any easier because you got Justin Jefferson coming into it.
Well,
it's a damn good test for you.
We had a guy here. He's in Chicago right now. He's second in the league in interceptions. All right? And so don't tell me that a player can't make plays, okay? I don't care who he's going against. I don't care who he's going against. Eventually, you have to do what is in your strength, all right? Whatever you're good at, you got to bring that to the table. And this kid is good at one-on-one, but he's also good at playing the ball.
So go back to the possessions.
Go back to what he's
7 of the 12 possessions started at either beyond their 40-yard line. 7 of the 12. So what you said, special teams, and he mentioned it today, they got to be better. He also said something about how do you get better, and it's like, well, do your assignments, and we're going to look at the personnel. So, I told the guys on the fan today, I said, if you got Darren Woodson and you need to put him out there on kickoff coverage, put his butt out there, right?
Can we talk about how Dan Campbell did a hell of a coaching job, too. It was a hell of a coaching job in that game. He brought it to us.
Well, he did
offensively. We answered, but he kept bringing it. When we kept answering, and he kept bringing it.
I mean, on special teams, some guy named Tom Kennedy was running back kickoffs, 40 yards. Seriously.
Well,
that helped.
I mean, you got to give that special
didn't even
team,
know that
you got
guy
to give
was
those
on
special
there.
team coaches credit as well. They came with everything that they had. They came with every facet of the game because of their desperation depicted that.
We actually talked to C.J. Goodwin about it, about the coverage and guys, doing their deal or whatever. And I said, you're probably not going to agree with this. I said, but I just got done saying that I should have just kicked the ball to the end zone and let them have it at the. No, we're better than that. We can do that. I don't want to do that.
Situational.
He was in position. He was ready.
Because the kickoffs were great. They were all around the 7-yard line to the goal line to the numbers. You had them pinned, and you didn't cover.
They were getting blocked.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It got to be better. So
well,
we'll
the
see if that
excuses were there
improves.
for us, but we refused to take them. So that's what's different about this team this year as opposed to the last couple of years. They're not taking any excuses, except there have been some games where you're like, what the hell just happened here? How did we come out this flat? But right now, I don't think we're that team.
You want to give Dan Campbell a star for what he did. I'm going to do it because he didn't make any dumb decisions. He did not get in his own way in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they went for it on 4th down.
They didn't need to.
That's because they never got to 4th down. All right, we continue with more mix shots in a moment.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mick Shots.
Cowboys Nation, Tom Gibson has been named your 2025 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan for his dedication to the team and spicing up the game. Vote for Tom to be named the NFL Fan of the Year at NFL.com/Fan of the Year.
All right, we continue with mix shots. Final few minutes here. We got anything on the rundown that we haven't examined so far?
I don't
or
know,
anything
Bill.
that we have?
I don't know, Bill.
Lessons learned from Detroit. Offensive identity moving forward. NFC playoff push mindset. We kind of covered the playoff push mindset.
How about not kicking 5 field goals?
Kicking 5 field goals, not on the rundown, but we can go with it since this is called Mick Shots.
Well, let's just
and
say
we
who predicted that.
We just take for granted that this kid hit 5 out of 5 field goals. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I had him as my pick to click. Thank you. You're welcome.
63, 29, 57, 42, 55.
What is the Mick shots? What is the Mickey Spagnola commandment? For what is it? What is
More
it?
field goals you kick, the closer
Yeah,
you are to lose.
I mean, so what are you doing right
And
now?
I kicked too many field goals.
Okay.
But the kid's got to be congratulated for his performance, right?
And they trot him out for a 63-yarder like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the game. Okay, yeah, we're at the 46. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't like
60.
the end of the half or
Right,
end
exactly.
of the game. Or
Tom Dempsey held the NFL record
for
63-yard field goal for 40-something years.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is. Oh, yeah, middle of the game. Yeah,
You know,
It's amazing that he had a club foot. No one even. I don't even know if people know that he had a club foot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did after he kicked
No, I
it.
mean like these young kids
Oh,
today. I bet they don't
have
even
no
know
idea.
that. They
Oh,
just
yeah.
got
We
club
know
foot.
it because
Yeah,
we're not
we know
old
it.
kids.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're old kids.
The rest of that story,
Who's Tom Dempsey again? I'm joking. I joke.
the rest of that story.
Yeah, oh,
is
you're going
they're-
to tell the Tex Ram story?
Yeah, they're flying back after that. I guess it won the game, right? It
won the
was at
game. It was a
end,
walk-off,
right?
yeah.
And so they're on the plane,
Detroit, right?
on the charter flight coming back, and that was back in the day where not only Tex brought the newspaper guys on the plane so they would get coverage, right? So they go up to Tex and ask him, well, what did you think of that field goal? It's an NFL record. And he goes, he had an unfair advantage. And they're going, well, Tex, he has like a stub foot. And he goes,
born with it.
Yeah, but he's got a wooden thing on there, and it's unfair. So they go back. They're getting ready to write it. The PR guy finds out, right? And they told him what Tex said. And he goes, okay, come with me. He goes, Tex, do you really want to say that? He goes, do you know the uproar you're going to, with whatever association? And he goes, no, it's unfair. And they wrote it. And the next day they got deluged with calls. Everybody was upset. So he finally had to apologize. So when he retired, I did a collection of some of his
Dempsey?
little short. No,
Tex.
Tex.
Okay.
When he retired, I did a collection of some of his stories, and two of them were the Ice Bowl, Bart Starr, and then that kick, and I said something about Dempsey, and he goes, "It was still unfair." and then for Lombardi, sending Bart Starr for the winning quarterback sneak, and it was still the worst call in the NFL ever, because if you don't make it, you lose the game.
Have you heard the Tex Ram John 3:16 story?
No.
Pat Summerall told me the story. Remember the guy that used to, with the rainbow hair, that used to be in the stands?
Yes.
You'd have John 3:16 Bible verse on his shirt or whatever. And apparently Tex said to somebody in the press box, who is this guy named John who has the down and distance on his shirt?
Oh God!
Some things you just shouldn't say out loud. You just can't.
Part of the entertainment at home games was Tex sat right behind where we were in the first row. He was in the second row. And he did not refrain. If there was a call he thought was bad, he would call the guy so many names out loud, right, that he would be fined today, right, if somebody reported the things he said. It was great.
He should have been fined by some of the things he said about me.
Yeah. One game in Philadelphia, they had the press box, the visitors' press corps was here, the radio, TV, radio, and then the home in the press box at the old vet. And there was a call in the game, and the big guy, I forgot his name, that did radio forever for the Eagles, he goes, oh, it's just another example of, Tex Schramm's got these referees in their pocket. Well, Tex is sitting right at the edge, and he could hear the whole thing. And he's in his suit, and he gets up, and he knocks on the window, and he pulls the lining out of his pocket to show there was nothing in there.
That's messed up. Oh, man.
Is that Merrill Reese you're talking about?
Yes, Merrill Reese. Thank you. I forgot his name. Yeah.
Well, hope Merrill Reese does not have any game-winning calls tonight for the Eagles. He's still doing it.
He's still doing
Oh,
it,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. He still calls.
And this would have
games.
been
Yep.
back in the late
Wow.
80s. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I think we filled the time there.
I think you did.
Way to go.
And we haven't had a game since Thursday.
Way to go, Heck.
It's all good, man. I'll try again tomorrow. I'm consistent. I will try again tomorrow.
Make sure you have something on the hospital visits.
I will.
okay?
I will.
All
I'll put
righty
something
then.
in.
That was a nice show there, William.
Yep. All right. Let's do it again tomorrow at high noon.
Go Cowboys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!